Is the root that you see in number 8 isolated? No, because of the 2. So what do you do with the 2? Subtract the 2, which gets me 8. Okay. So 2x to the 3/4 power is equal to 8. All right. At this point, you want to get rid of the 3/4 power. We don't like that because you're trying to get x alone, so you can solve for x. So you're going to take, what's the reciprocal of 3/4? 4/3. Both sides. Kind of like we've been doing, right? So take the reciprocal, meaning the opposite. Flip it. What you're actually doing is multiplying here. You get 12 over 12, which is 1, which is why this one just goes away. And you're left with 2x is equal to 8 to the 4/3 power. Okay, that's what that actually is. Because I would rather you do this in your head today using your perfect chart. Look over here. A reminder of what we talked about previously this unit. That the denominator, the number in the bottom of the fraction, is the number that goes in the index of the root or in the little root. So if it's a 2, it's a square root cubed. 3 is a cube root. 4 is 4/3, that number in the bottom. So, and then the top number raises it to a power. So when I see 8 to the 4/3 power, I don't know about you, but I don't deal well with fraction exponents or rational exponents, so I would rather rewrite it as a root. So we're going to rewrite it as the cube root of 8, because 3 is in the denominator, okay? Raised to what power? 4. Okay, well, what's the cube root of 8? Look at your chart if you need it, but that's one we should hopefully know. Cube root of 8 is 2. So now you have 2 raised to the 4th. And what is 2 raised to the 4th power? That's 16. Hopefully these are ones, but at least with 2s that we're starting to know. Yeah, 16. So what you actually have is this. 2x is equal to 16. And if you divide, what you're going to get? 8. Do not box your answer because you're not done, right? You got to do the check step. Kind of ugly because you've got an exponent there that's a fraction, but we're going to be okay. So we're going to check 8. Check. If x is equal to 8, then plug it in. Remember using your original equation. So 2 times 8, so what, 16? 16 to the 3/4 power plus 2 is hopefully equal to 10. This is, again, when I look at 16 to the 3/4 power, I'm like, what? Switch it over into a radical. What that actually is the 4th root of 16 raised to the 3rd plus 2 is hopefully equal to 10. What's the 4th root of 16? 2. I'm just doing one thing at a time. What's 2 to the 3rd? 8. Is 8 plus 2 10? Sure is. And you succeeded. Okay. Have a good lunch. So we're going to continue. Let's see. This one worked. We're going to move on to number 9. Number 9 is your expression with the rational exponent isolated. It is. So we're going to go ahead and undo the rational exponent. We've got an exponent of 1/2. So what do I need to multiply, or what power do I need to do on both sides to undo that? So flip it, 2 over 1, which is technically just 2, right? But we'll put 2 over 1 for now. So that'll go away. Leaves you with x plus 30 equals x. It's 2 over 1, so just 2, right? And we're going to, now since we have a quadratic squared, we want to move everything over with the x squared so that stays positive. We did this 2 days ago, so subtract the x, subtract the 30. So those go away, and you get it equal to 0, so you can factor it here in a second. x squared minus x minus 30 is equal to 0. Is there a GCF? Nope. There's 3 terms. What should you do? X game, right? 2 numbers that multiply to negative 30 and add to negative 1. Yeah. Five and negative 6. So if we go ahead and factor it, that's going to be x plus 5, x minus 6, which gives you 2 solutions. Negative 5, positive 6. Okay, you're not done because you have to do the check step, right? So do not box your answers or anything yet. So we'll do the check step out here. We're using the original equation. So check. I'll erase all this extra stuff just so we see what our original equation is. There it is. So plugging in first, let's do negative 5. If I plug in negative 5, I get, okay, that would be negative 5 plus 30, so 25 to the 1/2 power is equal to negative 5 because I'm trying to plug in. I'm replacing into this spot x. If you're wondering how I got negative or positive 25, negative 5 plus 30. Okay, but an exponent of 1/2 is actually, since it's a 2 on the bottom, what kind of root is that? Square root. So square root of 25. What's the square root of 25 though? 5. So does that work? Nah. And that is why it's important to check it. So also check 6. So if x is 6, again, you're replacing where you see blue. So we'll do some mental math here. That's 36 to the 1/2 power. And we're hoping that is equal to what we plug in, 6. But remember, that's actually just the square root of 36, which is it 6? It is. 6 is equal to 6. So your second answer works, your first one does not. That's why you need to make sure you check it. Sometimes you get that negative positive situation going on, which is when it doesn't work. Okay, what exponent do we want here? So it's 3 over 1. So we're just going to use 3 this time. But if you want to put 3 over 1, you can. Because 3 would cancel out 3 over 1, or 1 over 3. Please make sure, because you have a negative, you put that in parentheses. So 3x is equal to, what is negative 3 to the 3rd power? Negative 27, that's important. It's negative 27. When you have a negative and you have it like squared to the 4th power to the 6th power, so anything raised to an even power, it gets you a positive, right? You know a negative times a negative is a positive, but here you have a negative times a negative times a negative. So 2 negatives make a positive, but 1 more make it negative again. So negative 27. So if it's an odd exponent, you should have a negative. All right, divide and we get 9. Okay, plug it back in. Again, we'll use the original equation, so I'll erase this extra stuff so we can get it. Check. If x is negative 9, you're going to do 3 times negative 9 raised to 1/3 is hopefully equal to negative 3. So you're doing negative 27 to 1/3. What kind of root is that, though? It's a cube root, because there's a 3 on the bottom. So that's the index. The cube root of negative 27. When you have an odd root or exponent, it's going to give you a negative. So the cube root of negative 27 is actually negative 3. It's not 3i. You're allowed to take the cube root or an odd root of a negative. So yes, That is a solution. So, or sorry, 3/2. I said it wrong. 3/2. Your exponent, 3/2, which cancels out this one. So now that x plus 2 is alone, we'll figure out, okay, that is actually the number on the bottom is what goes in the crook of your root, okay? So it's a square root of 9. Use imaginary 2 there. And then raised to what power? 3. What's the square root of 9? It's 3, and 3 to the third is 27. Okay, but here's actually a problem. I almost forgot, but I didn't forget. Okay, you have a square root. If you look at the top of the page, there's something underlined up there that says, if it's an even root, so the denominator is even, it requires a plus or minus. So this guy right here is an even root. It's a square root, right? Even root with 2. So it needs a plus or minus. Because you're solving an equation, you do have to have the plus or minus. So when I go to actually do this, I'm going to put plus or minus. What's the square root of 9? 3. So you actually have to have 2, which I know is kind of annoying. Which gets you 2 answers then. 3 to the third is positive 27. And negative 3 to the third is negative 27. So it makes a difference when it's odd. 25, negative 29. I won't give you a lot of these, but it'll happen occasionally. So we are now going to check it, each one. We'll start with positive 25. If I plug that into my equation, it's going to be 27 to the 2/3 power is equal to 9. Which, that's confusing, and so we're going to rewrite it. So it's the cube root of 27 squared. What's the cube root of 27? It's 3, so what you actually have is 3 squared, which is it 9? Yes. Okay, so that one checks out. You're good. So plug it in. Remember, we're plugging it into the original equation. I didn't highlight it or anything. We're just plugging it in for x. Right there. So again, if I do that same process with negative 29, this time I'll get negative 27, I think, in the parentheses. So that would become negative 27 to the 2/3 power, we hope is equal to 9. So you're taking the cube root of negative 27 squared. What's the cube root of negative 27? That is negative 3. So negative 3 squared is, it is actually positive 9. Because right, you have an even. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. That is okay. If there's anything I feel like is maybe the harder part of what we're doing today, it's probably the check step, to be honest with you. Because that